Hi, it is iYikKam time again. So today I received a message from a Wing Chun friend asking me, you have your interpretations of Wing Chun. Others have their interpretations of Wing Chun. How can you know that your interpretations is proper interpretations? And I think this is a very good questions, and I like to answer this once for all. The first thing is that Wing Chun is not a thinking. Wing Chun is not a literature. Wing Chun is a technology to deal with momentum. Okay, so one do not go like interpret whatever they like. The minutes when people say this is my interpretations of Wing Chun, that is your interpretation of Wing Chun, that means the person have no idea what Wing Chun is about. Okay, and actually there is a few different type of issue here on this so-called interpretation, which create a mess out of Wing Chun. And the root of it is nobody exactly know what is Wing Chun. That's why it get into this interpretation stuff. For example, everybody study mathematics, okay, math. And math have operations, 4 operations: additions, subtractions, multiplications, and division, right? No. And people can use, say for example, multiplications and subtractions and all different type of combinations of the mathematics, okay? However, nobody will tell you that this is my interpretations of subtraction, or this is my interpretations of divisions. Well, division is divisions, multiplication is multiplications. You can use them your own way to solve the problem, but you're not going to interpret subtractions or multiplications. So the same thing with Wing Chun. Wing Chun is no different than that mathematics which have its operations. If one clearly know what is Wing Chun, then one don't go into your interpretation, my interpretation type of stuff. Okay? And basically, there are a few type of mess in terms of interpretation. The first type of mess is what I name as the Lineage and Grandmaster based mess. So what do I mean by Grandmaster and Lineage mean mess? When people have no idea what is Wing Chun, they just say, this is what such Grandmaster taught me. This is how our lineage do it. Same thing if we compare with those who study mathematics. They won't tell you, this is how my teacher, Miss Wong, teach me. They don't. They just say, well, if this is a multiplications, then we do it as a multiplications. Done deal, closed case, right? So this so-called lineage-based screw-up or grandmaster-based screw-up is a big thing. And this point out to lack of educations of knowing what is going on. Okay? And let me tell you a real incident a few years ago when I communicate with Asia. Okay? So there is a person in the forum claimed that he's practicing the iYikKam sets. So you show it in the video and so forth. This guy is Asia, somewhere in China. So I look at that, I said, no, this is not iYikKam set. Okay? And he replied. He said, who said this is not the iYikKam set? This is teaching by the gatekeeper in China. Okay? And I said, hi, you add different art such as the Bat Mei and the Southern Praying Mantis into the set. So you must not call it. This is a Wing Chun Shaolin Tao set. You can call it something else. So at that point, the other Sifu pops up and he said, you know, Hendrik, this is taught by that gatekeeper. How dare you say that this is not Wing Chun? I said, well, he adding something in there. And his Sifu, the gatekeeper, see that. How come he approved for that? Okay? And then there's this famous Wing Chun Grandmaster pops up. He said, you know, Hendrik, you just promoting your own line. And at that point, I tell them this. Sorry, I don't give face to any Grandmaster. I don't give face to any lineages. And I do not give face to anybody. This guy is practicing something which is not Wing Chun according to the Quinquit of 1840 Shaolin Tao, which is passed down by iYikKam. Period. Okay? And then I said this. I said, you guys can accuse me on anything, but you look at his practice. It is completely not sticking body short strike. How can that be Wing Chun? Since at that time, you know, the Yip Man movie is popular at that time, and then you know, there's a scene of the Yip Man in the character in the movie said Wing Chun is a southern version of the sticking body short strike. I say it is not that. So this Wing Chun Grandmaster asked me, questioned me, well, what is a sticking body short strike? At that point, I said, why don't you go read the ancient scripture, which is recorded down clearly. Okay. So this is what I'm calling, I'm naming it as the Grandmaster and the Lineage mess. Okay. It is just based on baseless, non-technical, dropping name, dropping lineage name. Try to use it as the base of Wing Chun. You have a kiss of death that way. If you, like for example, people ask you, why do you do math this way? You say, you know, shut up. This is the teaching by Miss Wong to me when I was in elementary school. Well, what it is very simple. If this is a multiplication, it's multiplication. If this is addition, subtraction, whatever is whatever. This is math. Okay, it doesn't got nothing to do with which teacher or grandmaster. And saying that because it is like the analogy, like the mathematics. If one learns Wing Chun, one can have their own applications as they like. It's just like people who learn mathematics, they know multiplications, they know additions, then they can use all this operator, okay, like the functions, the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, as they like. Everybody can get creative with it to solve problems, and you can solve problem with many ways. You can start with multiplications and then add, or you can start with divisions and so forth. You know, sky is the limit. You can use anything you like. However, if the first step is saying, this is how Miss Wong teach me, shut up. The more you say is because you want to promote your lineage. That tell you right away that this is uneducated and one doesn't know what is going on. So that is the first thing, the Grandmaster and the Lineage mess. The second mess is what I call is the philosophical mess. You often see in the video, be it in the East or the West, when the reporter or the interviewer asks the so-called Grandmaster, so what is the most important thing of Wing Chun one need to learn? You know what they say? You are the most important thing. Well, sorry, Wing Chun is a technology, and Wing Chun is an operations, is like the mathematics. What is it got to do with Wing Chun is you. Now all this philosophy, go to spiritual, all this kind of thing. That still say nothing about what's Wing Chun. That's why this is another type of mess. You try to solve the world mechanical engineering problem with religion, those type of stuff. Okay, so this second type, and this just show that the person have no idea what is Wing Chun. Okay, if he really understand Wing Chun, he will say Wing Chun have analogy with the mathematics, subtractions, additions, and then you can use it as you like. That's the Wing Chun. That's the most important thing of Wing Chun, right? Now, and the third thing is the so-called movie mess. People watching the Wing Chunner fighting in the MMA and come say, you know what? This is not Wing Chun. It doesn't have Tan Sao. It doesn't show Bong Sao. This is what I call exactly the movie mess. Is MMA fighting, which is the play in the momentum zone, movie? How can you use a choreography of the movie and say, hey, you know, you fight in MMA, you have to do this? Are you trying to say that you're going to use movie to limit or to set as the base of the momentum play, when in the movie people can fly? Okay, it's not subject to the law of physics. It doesn't have to subject to the law of physics in movie. Like the Ip Man 3 movie, when the Donnie Yen fought the Mike Tyson using a wrong bong sao there, and then doing all this kind of funny thing, you call that Wing Chun? So that is the movie mess, okay? And then there is the what I call the internal mess. Internal mess is by people who will bring in Tai Chi concept or internal art concept, whether they know it or not, and mostly they don't understand what's going on. And then they say, oh, this is the authentic Wing Chun, this is internal, but again, it will not be able for one to really clearly present. What is it? Is it a multiplications or it is additions? But keeping getting into this Qi power, I want to sing Qi to Fa Jing. You should be loose, sing Qi, Fa Jing, you need to be song. So what the heck are these? Can you define it, please? Okay, this is a problem. And there are many opportunists using this kind of stuff like a mantra to actually mislead people, to set up their own organizations, and then call it, this is my Wing Chun. No, so it is a mess like that, and it just shows lack of education. The guy who preach and the guy who study both have no idea what Wing Chun is. Okay? So this is the common type of the Wing Chun screw up today. And also they are this what I call the know-it-all Wing Chun mess. So what mess is that? A guy will go to China, study Bagua, Tai Chi, Xing Yi, whatever, and then come back and say, you know what? I know Wing Chun. I know all the Chinese martial art. And then he start to do Wing Chun in the Tai Chi way or Bagua way or whatever way, and then claim that this is Wing Chun, okay, a complete Wing Chun. So all this above mess happened today. You can see, I hate to say this, but this is a fact. You go watching, okay, 95% is this type of stuff. And it points out the one thing, there's no education. There's no proper education. That's why it gets into this mess. It is a plain simple, using the math analogy. It is additions, it is subtractions, those four operations, and they call it a math. But people go around the world without telling what is Wing Chun. It's simple. Wing Chun is just a sticking body short strike. Or in today's term I coin, Wing Chun is an art which is major in the short strike zone, core in there, while be able to handle all the four zones. That's simple. And the job of the Wing Chuner is to master that. It's like master the addition, subtraction, and those kind of stuff, and then you can use as what you like. Well, if you don't have enough, then what? Math people go study algebra, right? Still using math, study algebra. There's nothing wrong with that. So your math evolve into algebra, calculus, differential equations, you keep in go. But when people ask you, so what is Wing Chun? You know, or what is mathematics? You know right away exactly what it is. So this is a problem in educations. And as we know today, okay, we have reference, specific reference. Now, the first thing is, didn't we all say that Wing Chun is a Shaolin from Shaolin? Disregard it is from Mui or from Jizim. It's all from Shaolin. And then people say, this is Southern Shaolin. Well, if that's the case, this is a Shaolin short strike book, classical, which is known and verified in the Chinese history. This is what it is. The Bible of Shaolin short strike. It clearly said what is short strike here. Okay? What interpretation? Why do you don't people based on this? And this book is evolved from the Qi Ji Guang's 1560 books. This talk about momentum. It's all there. So disregard what, since everybody say, oh, Wing Chun is from Southern, Shaolin, blah, blah, blah. Well, everybody based on this. No argument. Okay? You want to go deeper in momentum, you see this. Okay? This is the core of everything. And then, if you want to learn about the Wing Chun in iYikKam, Wing Chun, the white crane within Wing Chun, because this is the base, the platform of Wing Chun, which is, this is Shaolin short strike platform. Wing Chun is a Southern Shaolin sticking body short strike art. So this is what it's based on. And it fused in white crane of Fujian. Let's get this book, White Crane for Fujian, okay? And it involved the Mei 12 Zhuang. This is what make it a female art, per what we say today, or a soft art. So how difficult is it to get this book as the reference, the standard reference, because this is what it is, it's well defined. And if you want to find out more about momentum here, on the base of momentum, and this have its own momentum, you want to find out about the handling of the joints or everything of the Wing Chun in the Shaolin Tao, this book. And then the White Crane, this book. Notice that I'm very specific in Mei in this book, because this is the book which is when it was released to the public of Mei 12 Zhuang. This is the expert Zhou Quanchuan from the monastery. They bring it out and then release to the public. I use that, but not other people, or student, everything, because even there are a whole bunch of issues. So we're using the reference from the guy who do this, okay, the original guy. Same with here. This is based on the White Crane expert here. Okay. So all you need to know, White Crane is here. How difficult is that? Well, it took me 40 something years to figure out this and to consolidate out to this. Make it easy for everybody here on in Wing Chun. Okay? And I understand that many people will have difficulties to understand this book and this. So guess what? I wrote this book. And you can see in this book, it is based on these two books. In this book, it refers these two books. So you can see the short strike, you can see the mechanics in today's term and so forth. Okay, so this book actually is, instead of translate all this book, I don't want to do translation, I just describe what it is, the basic in this book. So you want to know short strike, this is the #1 basic. And of course this is much deeper inside here, but at least you can see, you know, what is the big picture there and the mechanics and the important keys. And in order to understand this, that is why I wrote this. Because you need the 613.3 basic to know this, to study this thing. People can go doing a PhD translate this thing if they do not understand what the Chinese is talking about. Like the people who translate one chapter of this thing to have a master or PhD degree, it's a completely mess. Because they don't understand what is this. It's just like you ask a literature guy try to translate physics books. You can't do that. You need to have a physicist who know both English and other language to translate that. You cannot say, well, I just get a literature guy who knows English and you just translate the physics book. You cannot do that. And that's why it becomes a mess. And that's why I wrote this two books. It is nothing deep. It is simple, so everybody have an education. I spent 40 years for that. Only a few months ago, I told one of my best friends, Wing Chun, I said, why the heck we have to spend 40 some darn years to find out this is the issue? Okay? And you don't need to. Whatever can be done in 1 year, you don't have to go search for 40 years and still go nowhere, okay? And you have to be lucky to meet the people. And again, all the 4 zones I'm talking about, you can get Patrick McCarthy book. Okay. You can look at all this example, which is the 42 hand example, which is based on the after the Qi Chi Guang time, it passed through to the Okinawa, the Bubishi. Okay, so this is a 48 cell defense diagram. Okay. You can get the Bubishi books by Patrick McCarthy, my friend. You look at it. That is the reality, which reflects these 4 books. Because people are using that to fight in the 1700. The 4 momentum zone is there, everything's realistic there. Okay? This is an education. This is a very serious issue here. Okay? So that is what I like to share with you all. It is an education problem. We need to fix this education issue. If we don't fix this education issue, we really going to screw Wing Chun up. Because we don't know what is Wing Chun. Just be honest with it. We have no idea what is Wing Chun. As where I'm presenting the 5 type of mess today. Okay? So this is to share with you today, and we need to fix it. Otherwise, everybody can go out off their tangent and calling, oh, this is my Wing Chun. Actually, it is not. Wing Chun is Wing Chun. You can say, this is the way how I solve this issue. It's like mathematics. After you learn mathematics, you say, well, this is the way how I solve this problem. Okay? This is my skill in using mathematics. You don't want to say that this is my mathematics. What the heck are you talking about? This is my mathematics. Mathematics is not yours. Okay? So this is to share with you. I hope that this makes everything clear, and for WCWest platform for educations, we need to implement that. That's why I say, just you don't have to trust anybody. Just go get this book. This is the very important. If you guys, somebody doing a physical education or Chinese Asian art study, go translate this book. Okay, get your PhD, and if you need help, get me. I help you for free. Okay. Chapter 14 of this, translate it. This too is the most important. You need to translate now. Okay. And in the meantime, before the translation come out, get this book and the yellow book, so that you can see what's going on. And you want to go deeper, you understand deeper, you go this. If you want to really know how the fighting or exchange of momentum look like, just get the Bubishi book. Okay. Go look at it. The four momentum zone play. Okay. So this is to share with you today. I hope that this is really clear here on.